Hey folks, welcome to Vlogtober day 7. I have missed a few days of filming in between, so I have to give props to all the podcasters who do Vlogtober and manage to get every single day, because I have discovered that I cannot do that, or it's a little bit too difficult to get that much film. So I decided I would do the best I can and film as many days as I could. It's another gorgeous day. I have the day off today. This weekend coming up is the Canadian Thanksgiving. It's on the Monday. However, we will be having our dinner on the Sunday instead. And I think that most Canadian families, or certainly quite a lot of Canadian families, celebrate their Thanksgiving on Sunday, because then it gives them a day to relax and before they have to go back to work on Tuesday. So it's pretty common. If you are new here, my name is Pamela, and I host the Sweater Weather Podcast. You can find me on Instagram at SweaterWeatherPodcast. I'm also on Ravelry at SweaterWeatherPodcast, but I'm not very active on Ravelry. I use it primarily to purchase patterns, to look up patterns and purchase patterns. I don't engage in the discussions, or if you were to try to contact me there, I don't know how long it would take me to realize that I had a message, because I never go looking for that. So today I am knitting on my Love Note sweater. I am doing the Raglan Increases. It is part of the knit along hosted by Nicole at Professor Pearl. And as I've mentioned before, the yarn is the Lush Fingering base, or the Lush Fingering weight by Midnight Cravings, and the colorway is Wild Rose, and I have it paired with a not completely white, but very close to white mohair. So I might have done a thing kind of the thing I keep saying I won't do, and I did it. No, it's still not the Stephen West shawlography knit along. I didn't do that thing. I'm a little intimidated, to be honest. I'm going to watch everybody else's creations, and I might take part next year. But I was watching Grocery Girls yesterday, and they were talking about Peace Fleece and how nice it was, and that it had beautiful colors, was available in Canada from Wool and Waves. And I kind of, when I heard that, they also said it was very affordable. So I kind of filed that in the back of my mind. And then I got an email from Wool and Waves because I'm on their email distribution list. And they said that, and I think they had mentioned this before in their emails, but I hadn't really picked up on it, but they were mentioning that they were hosting a knit along for the Cordy sweater, which is in the book Moon and Turtle. The two ladies who designed the patterns in Moon and Turtle are twin sisters, Canadian girls, but I don't know their names off the top of my head. From when I first saw that Cordy sweater, I thought it was very striking. The color work is just gorgeous. And then I heard the words knit along. And they said they would have Zoom meetings and sort of help each other through it. And because I haven't done a colorwork sweater or colorwork of any kind in over 30 years, I thought, well, maybe that would be a good one to do, because then I would have some support. So I signed up for the knit along, and almost immediately I got an email back because the cast on party was last night, and I got an email back right away with the log on information. So I ordered my Peace Fleece, and I took part in the cast on party, even though I didn't have the yarn yet to cast on. I think it goes until January 2nd or the end of December, so it gives me quite a bit of time, I hope, to get that sweater finished. So I'm going to be taking part in this knit along and that one as well. I'm excited to get that yarn now. Very excited. They have really nice colors, or colorways I should say. They have very nice colorways. I want to take every opportunity to knit outside while I can, because in Northern Ontario, Canada, the weather turns on a dime. So while today and the past few days have been absolutely gorgeous autumn days, I could wake up tomorrow and there could be snow on the ground, and I am not exaggerating. So I will definitely take advantage of this weather while we have it. had to run to the pharmacy yesterday, and while I was there waiting for my prescription, I was looking at the magazines, and I have a love-hate relationship with magazines. So I love to buy them, even though they're very expensive. To my mind, they're pricey. But I love to buy them. I love to look at them. But it pains me to put them in the recycling box. Oh. Made a mistake. So I try to stay away from buying magazines in general. And if I do buy them, I try to buy the digital copies that I can look at on my iPad. I feel a little less guilty that I'm not damaging the environment. I don't always put my old magazines in recycling. Sometimes when they're pretty fresh, if I've read them already and I don't think I'm going to be looking at them again, I do try and pass them on to friends. I used to bring them to work and put them in the cafeteria in case people wanted to look at them on their lunch break or their coffee break. But we haven't been in the office in a year and a half, and I don't think we'll be going back anytime soon. So that is off the table. Anyways, there's two exceptions that I allow myself to buy some magazines. One is autumn, because I love looking at all the beautiful fall photography. It just puts me in the perfect mood for autumn, and they often have some recipes that I like to try. And the other exception is Christmas, and it's basically for the same reason. With my Christmas magazines, I try to save any recipes or crafts or just beautiful pictures instead. So I'll cut them out and I put them in a binder that I have. So I have a couple of these Christmas binders full now of different recipes that I wanted to try, or crafts I wanted to do, wreaths, that sort of thing. So I did treat myself to a couple of magazines. And my plan is, when I get the opportunity, to sit down with a nice cup of coffee and a butter tart. And if you don't know what a butter tart is, I will have to explain it to you. If you're Canadian, you know what a butter tart is. But if you're from anywhere else, you wouldn't know, probably, about butter tarts. They are a closely guarded secret. They're a distinctly Canadian pastry. And there is a raging debate in Canada that comes and goes about whether butter tarts should have raisins or not. I'm in the they should not category. However, I won't turn down a butter tart. I am not going to turn down a butter tart just because it has raisins in it. Like, that would be crazy. Anyways, they're like a tiny little pie. They're a cupcake size pie, I guess. They have pastry, like a pie pastry, like a crust. And then I don't remember all the ingredients as to what's inside, but I know that the best butter tarts are runny when you cut them open. And all the delicious filling runs out onto your plate or your chin. Sometimes I will warm up a butter tart sometimes I will warm up a butter tart in the microwave and then put a scoop of ice cream on it. So good. So good. Delicious, really. You probably can't see them, but I can hear the birds behind me, especially the blue jays. I can hear them cracking open the peanut shells. Today I had a female cardinal visit the feeder, and I saw her, and they are so shy, the males and the females. They aren't bold like the chickadees and the blue jays that I have coming every day. And the female cardinals don't look anything like their male counterparts. They're not bright red, but they're honestly beautiful in their own way. They're brown. Oh, I have a chipmunk coming to visit. Oh, you're bold, hey? I have a chipmunk that has discovered the peanuts. Anyways, Anyways, the cardinals, the female cardinals are beautiful in their own way. They have brown foliage. Well, no, they're not a plant. They have brown feathers. Plumage is the name I was looking for. Is the adjective? No. It's the noun I was looking for. Okay, let me try that again. Cardinals have female cardinals have brown plumage with orange tips. Orangey red tips and under their wings. But the really gorgeous part, I can hear the chipmunk. Very bold. The really gorgeous part of a female cardinal is its beak. It has this bright neon orange beak. I've never seen that color anywhere else in nature, I don't think. And it's honestly like the color of a traffic cone. It's that bright. So I put out a feeder especially for cardinals, which is a flat feeder, because cardinals don't like to sit on a perch when they eat, and they're bigger. I'm also hoping I have time to block a couple items today that I've already showed you. We'll see. We shall see. Oh, I should also mention that I have this project. I'm gonna put it here to make sure you can see. I have this project in a bag made by my friend Krista. She has a Facebook page called Krista's Creations that I will link down below if I can. This bag is so nice. I don't know if you can see on that side, but it's got bees on it, which I absolutely love. It's got the black bottom, a bucket bottom, so it sits up nice and flat, just like this. And what I really like is that she puts a very stiff interfacing. It feels thick, the bag feels thick, and so the bag sits nice and upright. It doesn't collapse on itself. She puts a really nice sturdy zipper, and there's also a pocket inside where you can put a cake of yarn that helps them stop getting tangled. It helps prevent them from the yarn cakes from getting tangled. Anyways, I just love this bag. It's so bright and cheerful. I thought it would be the perfect size bag for my Love Note sweater. Because it's the perfect size. Oh, and I have it here. I also have a little matching Notions bag. It's got scissors and different things I need for knitting. So cute. Again, you can see the little bee, and it's got a little handle. Super cute. Love it. keep thinking the birds or the squirrels are gonna drop a peanut on my head. The store that I ordered the piece fleece from for the cortical is Woolen Waves, which is an online store in Canada. And I was super happy that they have a free yarn caking service because I have fibromyalgia and I do find it hard to cake up yarn. Where I do it, I kind of have to stand, which is fine. I mean, it's the best place to do it. But I can usually only do a cake or two maximum, really, before my hand and wrist really start to ache. So I kind of avoid caking yarn until I absolutely have to. And I ordered, I think, 8 skeins of yarn for that, for this sweater. Somebody's throwing sunflower seed shells at me. And the thought of caking 8 skeins of yarn, well, I wouldn't do it all at once, but it means I have to take everything out, my Swift and my winder, and put it all away every time I want to do a ball. So the fact that Christine from Woolen Waves is willing to do that, just, it really means a lot to me to have that service. And when a store owner goes that little extra mile for you and does a service like that, or provides it, and they provide a service like that, then you think, when you want to buy more yarn, which store are you going to buy it from? I'm going to buy it from the one that will cake up the yarn for me, of course. That little extra bit makes a big difference for some people. Even more so if you don't have a ball winder in Swift, right? I'm not one of these people who can not look at their knitting. I can talk and knit if it's straight stockinette, but I cannot look up at the camera and keep knitting. I envy those people. Maybe someday. want to come up? Oh, yes. You like sitting up on my lap, eh, when I knit? Eh? You had a bath. You're all nice and clean.